everyone, I'm Rebecca from DevourDinner.com. Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm excited to be here. I hope you are too. We're going to take just a moment and make sure technology is all set up. We should be live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So as you join in, please say hello. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And we're going to get started on this demo today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So welcome, welcome. So we're waiting for people to join in. I'm going to drop a link to the recipe that we're going to start with till I get some friendly hellos so I know we got everything going on. Uh-oh. That's interesting. All right, we are checking technology. There we go. We are good. I've gotten the thumbs up. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Kathy is from Florida. Kathy, can you hear me? Is the audio good? We're going to do 2 recipes today. I'm gearing up for Thanksgiving. I hope you are too. There's a lot that goes into the big Thanksgiving day or the week and the preparation ahead of time. And I want to show you just how easy some recipes can be to help out in your holiday preparations for your families, for your friends, however you choose to celebrate. Kathy is giving me all hearts. Trelva says, I can hear you. Catherine says, hello from Fergus Falls, Minnesota. And Amy is here. Amy is from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. So welcome, Amy. And welcome all of those who are hopping on over from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners. I am Rebecca from DevourDinner.com, where I focus on easy to make recipes for busy families using common ingredients. So welcome. And a big shout out to Amy's admins and moderators who typically join in as well. We sure appreciate you and all the love and support you give. So big hugs, big hearts, all the things. Hi, Peggy. All right, let's dive in. I've dropped the link. We're going to start with our first recipe, which is an air fryer recipe for candied pecans. Now, this recipe is a favorite for many reasons. I like to eat them plain because, well, they're delicious, right? But I also like to kind of chop them up and throw them into salads as well. There's so many uses for them. They're also excellent neighbor gifts. And if you hop on over to that link and you scroll down, you're going to find a link for a free printable, no catch. Just go over, click the button, and you can print out the printable so that you can package up these candied pecans and you can deliver them to your neighbors or your coworkers or whatever you want. But in the meantime, let's get started on the recipe, okay? Kathy, yes, I am back in Utah. I will tell you my whole story, drama, all the things that we've got going on. Okay, so we are going to add some brown sugar. So it calls for about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. 1/3 cup, sorry, my bad. 1/4 cup, let's start again, you guys. Wow, I'm losing it. 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Got it? 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, ground ginger, and about 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. We are going to break that up because I want that cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the ginger to kind of be mixed throughout the brown sugar before I add my liquids. Now the liquids for this recipe are going to be 1 tablespoon of water, 1 tablespoon of honey, and I suggest that you heat the honey and the water up in the microwave so that the honey is like thin like water. And then it's going to use about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. So over here I've got honey and water. I'm going to drizzle that in, drizzle all that in, and then we're going to mix this up. Now when that hot honey mixes with the brown sugar, it starts to melt the brown sugar. And that's what we want. Okay? Because we want that brown sugar to be all coated. We want this to be a little runny. You can see in the top down, I can scrape the bottom. If you do have clumps in your brown sugar, break those clumps up. You don't want those clumps. And then we're gonna add about 2 cups of pecans. Now my pecans are the half pecans, right? We're gonna throw that in and we're gonna stir. We want all of that yummy candied mixture to coat these pecans. So stir, 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 stir. And if for whatever reason you think your candy mixture, right, your brown sugar with your honey and water is too thick, I got a trick for you. If you don't feel like your pecans are getting coated well, throw this bowl in the microwave for like 30 seconds. What will that do? Can you guys tell me what that will do? We're gonna do it so that you guys know. Watch. Okay, we're gonna take this. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave. We're only gonna do that for 30 seconds. So we've got that candied mixture, but we've got all that brown sugar, and we really want that brown sugar to melt a little bit more so it can coat all of those pecans so that everything is coated beautifully. Now you don't have to do this step. I don't always do it, but sometimes it's kind of fun just to make sure that we get those brown sugar and the water and the honey to melt and coat and just be delicious. So if you notice, okay, let me grab my fork again. Now what I'm seeing is that brown sugar has even softened even more, which allows me to toss all of these pecans in that mixture and really get everything coated. Again, you don't have to throw in the microwave, but you can. Okay, notice that I'm not just tossing it once or twice. I am really stirring up these pecans. The more you stir it up, the better chances you will have to really coat everything. All right, we're gonna throw this into our air fryer. Now I have preheated the air fryer to 330 degrees. We're gonna throw these in and we're gonna kind of make sure that it's this even layer. All right. You want to do this quickly because your air fryer is all preheated. So the longer we leave it out, the cooled off it gets. There you go. Now we're going to set the air fryer for 330 degrees for 8 minutes. We're going to try to remember halfway through to shake the basket up, okay? So you at home, help me because I'm going to get distracted, I promise. There we go. The air fryer is now going. It's fantastic. All right, you guys are so cute. All right, I saw a cute hair. Amy said cute hair. Oh my gosh, so you guys know my hair is really naturally curly. This is all natural. And I am, you know, trying to be more curly more often. Trying. I'm not good at it. For any of you curly hair folks, there's a lot that goes into curly hair and I'm still learning it. So if you ever have any tips or tricks, send them to me because I sure appreciate it. It's kind of a big deal. Peggy says melt a little more. Okay, what I mean is melt the sugars a little bit more. By putting the mixture into the microwave, it helps melt that sugar, the brown sugar, a little bit more, which helps coat all over the pecans. So hopefully that made sense. Hi Sherry, how are you? Sherry's from Nebraska. Hey Courtney. Courtney says she loves candied pecans. I do too. I do too. All right. So I am back in Utah this week. You guys, I was gone. My trip lasted way longer than it was supposed to. I left for a week-long trip to Disney with the granddaughters, and I ended up being gone for 27 days. I'm back in Utah, but I'll be leaving again on another trip soon. We'll explain that later. In the meantime, I landed in Arizona after I was in California with a double ear infection, which was lovely. Had to go get some antibiotics for that. That was kind of crazy, but I'm doing better. I think I'm almost over this head cold, ear infection, all of that good stuff. So it's good to be back in Utah. It did snow a little bit this morning. It's pretty chilly here, but it's great to be back. Always great to be back. Okay, our second recipe. This is a favorite. This has been on my site since the original. This was one of the original recipes from Devour Dinner. This is a recipe that I have been making for my kids when they were little. Okay, so we're talking 25 plus years. This recipe is so easy. If you make it, your friends and family are not going to know how easy it is. It's going to seem like it's an elevated gourmet style recipe for your Thanksgiving dinner. So I suggest, like, I challenge you, give this one a try because it's phenomenal. So what we're going to do, this one is, let me drop the link so that you guys have it. Now this one we will make in the Instant Pot. You will need to use a pot in pot method, or you're going to need a trivet on the bottom with a pot on top. So you can use like a metal pot is best. It's best if it has a flat bottom, not one that's really rounded, but more flat. Makes a huge difference. This recipe calls for stovetop stuffing of all things. I know, crazy, right? We're also going to put into it some chopped pecans, some chopped craisins, some celery, and some onion. So let's get that mixing up. Who's watching my timer? We've got 1 minute before we need to shake that basket. Oh, let's go top down. There we go. Can we see what we're doing? So here I have onion, about 1/4 cup of onion, 1 stalk of celery that's diced up. So we'll put all of that in. Then we're going to put in some chopped pecans, and these are chopped craisins. So what I do is I put them on a cutting board with a big chef knife, and I just chop them down. And then we are going to just toss this all together, because we want to cover, we want to distribute the craisins, the pecans, the onions, the celery. That's really all this recipe takes, as crazy as that is. Now, we're going to take our pot in pot. You can spray this. I've never known it to really stick, so I'm not going to spray it yet. There is our stuffing mix. You're going to use 1/4 cup of butter. We need to melt this, so I'm going to pop it in the microwave. We're going to get that microwaving, and I'm going to stir. Look at these. There we go. It's probably giving you all a headache at home, but now you can see what they look like, right? There we go. Don't let your butter stay in the microwave too long, because you know what it does. Now you want to use 1.5 cups of either water or broth. I love broth, it adds extra flavor, and we're just going to pour this over the top. I'm going to take my spoon, and I'm just going to kind of stir it up. Okay. Then we're just going to pour the melted butter right on top. Just going to drizzle it around. That's it. You can cover this if you want. You don't have to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You guys have seen me do it all different ways. I've got it in this nice trivet holder. This is because this is a 2-tier pan. You've seen me use this before. We're gonna put it in our pressure cooker and we're gonna set it to 1 minute. So make sure that you lock the back, and we're gonna go pressure cook. Use your plus and minus keys and adjust to 1 minute. It's going to take just a moment and then it's going to beep at us. When it beeps, that's telling us that it's accepted the readings on your pressure cooker. There's the beep. So now what's gonna happen? We have placed 1 cup of water in the bottom underneath that trivet. I already had it there. So that bottom element is gonna start heating up, and as it heats up, it's gonna bring that water to a boil. As the water comes to a boil, it's going to create steam, and steam creates pressure, which will close off the back valve. Once the valve has come up, it'll take just a moment, and this front reading will change from on to 1. Then that will count down in numbers to 0 before it beeps, letting us know the cook time has completed. Then we're gonna do a quick release, which means we're gonna open up the pressure valve, allow all of that steam that's inside to shoot up to the ceiling and release before we open up our lid. Any questions? Did you see how quickly that comes together? So think of Thanksgiving Day. Think of the craziness that goes on, and you're worried about the turkey and you're still worried about the mashed potatoes and everything else that's happening. This is quick, fast, and easy. So simple. Okay? Keep this one in mind. You're gonna love it. I promise you. All right, we'll push that off to the side. Now, let's bring a pan in here. Let's go top down. There we go. And, all right, here are our pecans. They look amazing and they smell fantastic. So we're gonna dump them out, and a few fell underneath our basket grate going on there. Now, spread these pecans out. These are hot. Don't use your fingers. These hot sugars will burn you. But what you want to do is separate all of the nuts. Okay, and if I haven't said this before, this recipe works with pecans. It works with walnuts. It works with cashews. Like any kind of nut that you want to candy, you can substitute. You could do a mixed nut if you wanted, because that would be really fun. If you leave these all in a clump to cool, they will harden in a clump and then they're harder to break apart. There we go. How's that? All right. We're gonna let these cool for a minute. We're gonna chat for a minute. We're gonna let the Instant Pot do its thing. We're gonna talk about what's coming in the weeks to come, because that's fun, don't you think? And we're gonna answer questions. Amy says it's been about 4 minutes. Shake, shake. Kathy is saying, hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being my eyes. Denise says, I'm back. It's been a hot minute. I miss Rebecca. Love candied pecans. Make them every year and love them on salads. Aren't they so good on salads? They're so good. I love taking like a rotisserie chicken, right? Do a big green salad with different kinds of lettuce. You get your romaine lettuce, your green leaf lettuce, You can throw in some baby greens, some spinach, make a big, beautiful salad, add some cucumber. And then I like to add, sometimes I add mandarin oranges or raspberries or blueberries or sliced strawberries. I put in some nuts, add that chicken, and then I'll do some kind of a vinaigrette on top or a poppy seed dressing on top, and maybe a little bit of feta cheese or a little bit of grated Parmesan. It's delicious. You get all the flavors. It's a party in your mouth, so give it a try. It's one of my go-to. Just love it. Okay, let's see here. Carla is over on YouTube. Hello, Carla. How are you doing? Carla says, can I use almonds instead? Yes. You can absolutely use almonds or pecans or cashews or your other favorite nuts, whatever you would like. I do also have another recipe, and let me drop that link. We're not making that one today, but it's for a candied walnut. The difference is the candied walnut recipe, and again, you could substitute any nuts you want for that recipe as well, is more of a sugar coating, where this is more of a candied effect. They're both excellent. It's just a little bit different approach depending upon how you like your candied nuts. So I just dropped that link. So welcome over there on YouTube. All right, everybody, if I haven't already asked you, please give this video a thumbs up. Give it a heart. It makes a world of difference. If you have shared this link onto your Facebook page, to your timeline, or into a group, big hugs from me to you. That helps me so much. This time of year is crazy with recipes, and there's so many bloggers vying for your attention at home that if you can share with a family or friend that you trust my recipes, it goes a long ways. It really does help me, and I so appreciate it. So big hugs to all of you who have shared this into a group. I sure appreciate it. All right, next week. Dun, 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 dun. You guys, I'm like planned and ahead of things. Next week, we are going to do another favorite recipe for Instant Pot cranberries. So a cranberry sauce in the Instant Pot. It is so quick. It is so easy. It is so yummy. And of course, you can use it for putting on your turkey or on your ham. You can use it to spread on sandwiches for leftovers. You can use the cranberry sauce to make an appetizer like cranberry brie bites, which we're gonna make the cranberry sauce next week, and then I'm gonna make cranberry brie bites and bake them in the oven because I thought that would be fun. And so those are the two recipes we're gonna do next week. And then we're also gonna make a third recipe, fingers crossed, tentatively, of stuffed mushrooms in the air fryer. We'll see if that one happens or not. So that'll be next week. So I hope you mark your calendar, same time, same place. We're gonna do that. Coloring with D says, hey, I'm here, but I'm late over on YouTube. Welcome, Coloring with D. Doesn't matter. All of these videos you can watch on the replay. So if you can't come when I'm live, that's okay. They're always available on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can watch in the middle of the night if that's what works best for you. They're always there and they're always available. Michelle said, I made the cranberry sauce last year. It's great. It is. It is so good. We use it for so many things because I will mix it into recipes or make sauces like dips with it just to festive things up. Or I'll use I'll have it like on a charcuterie board so you can spread it on some crackers, mix it with some cream cheese and make a cream cheese cranberry spread. There's just so many things you can do with it. And we'll talk more about the cranberry sauce next week because we can. Did you guys hear what happened over here? It beeped. So we are going to open up the pressure valve, release the pressure so that we can get into it. So it's a quick release, which means we're not letting it naturally release. We're just going to open it up and let that shoot up. You guys can see that. Our nuts are cooling. Did you see what happened? It started spitting at me. The little bit of water that's at the bottom started spitting at me, and I don't want it all over my kitchen, so I closed it. We're just gonna let it chill for a second, and then we're gonna open it back up. In the meantime, let's show you this. These are cool enough that I can touch. So like this is a clump that I didn't get separated. Ooh, there we go. Now where it's cool and it's still warm, it's not totally cool, I can break it up pretty easily. And I'll just go through and make sure they're all separated. There we go. Now, someone has asked me if they can do a double batch or a triple batch of the candied nuts. Of course you can. However, I'm going to tell you, I have found it works a lot better to do one batch at a time. So let me explain. Today you saw me mix up one batch. And then when I got it in the air fryer and going, you could then mix up a second batch. If you try to do double the ingredients in everything, what happens is there's so much going on in your bowl, you never get a good coating, and it works better if you work in smaller groups. So that's what I have found. You can try it either way, but of course, like this is a nice amount, but you always want more. Of course, you always want more. Okay, we're gonna push this out of the way, and we're gonna open the Instant Pot up. We're gonna get look, they're not silicone, but I have some. All right, here is our stuffing. Now let me teach you a trick. This goes like the same with rice too. Fluff it. Don't just put a big old serving spoon into this. First of all, it's in an ugly pan, right? But if you take a fork and you just start lifting in little bits, not all the way across the pan, but just in little bits, it will fluff your stuffing. And we're just going to work our way around the pan. So by adding in the celery and the onion, those have gotten cooked, but you're still going to have the texture from them. And if you're like me, growing up I never liked stuffing. I think it was a texture thing. I think I didn't want the soft bread. I wanted some texture to it, because now I absolutely love stuffing. Okay, we're gonna put it in this other bowl. There we go. We'll put that back there. Here we go. Let's show you this up close and personal. There we go. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? It is so good. It smells amazing. I've got some nuts that I did earlier that I've put into a bowl. You want to see what those look like? Are those fun? Here's the ones we just finished. Look at that. Are those beautiful? Rich, delicious, just absolutely beautiful. Now, you guys want a taste test. I know you do. I don't have a separate plate out today. So we're just gonna taste right from the corner. This is my little bite. It's got celery, it's got onion, it's got pecans, it's got cranberries. You guys, I forget how much I love this until this time of year comes around and I'm able to make it. The pecans are soft, but you still have the texture. You get the little crunch from the celery. The onions I've diced up so fine, those just give flavor and meld right in. Hey, Thanksgiving dinner made so easy with both of these recipes. Let me drop the links one more time. Here is the candied pecans. And here is the cranberry pecan stovetop stuffing. As always, you guys, if you've made either of these recipes or any other recipes from Devour Dinner or Best Cookie Recipes, will you guys hop over to those websites and will you leave a review and give the recipe a star rating? That does wonders for Google. Google is gold, right? If you'll take the time to do that, I sure would appreciate it. And again, here is the stovetop stuffing that we have amped up. It is delicious. I hope you'll try it. And candied pecans, remember, you can go directly to the website for the candied pecans. Scroll down, there's a free printable link. It's a little tag that you can print out to put on neighbor gifts or to give to coworkers, leave for the mailman, whatever you want. That's a free printable, so go on over there, check that out. And I hope you guys will make this, but either of these recipes. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. I want to give another big shout out to Amy from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. If you've hopped on over from that group, I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. And I love to help you at home make recipes using your air fryer, your Instant Pot, the oven, the stove, all of the things. This is a safe place to ask your questions, to learn how to do these recipes so that you can make them at home for your friends and your family and enjoy a really easy recipe that you're not going to spend all day. We've been live now for 30 minutes and both of these recipes are done. So I hope you'll try them at home. Amy, we sure appreciate you and all that you've done for the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners. So thank you. Give this video a thumbs up, give it a heart, share it with your friends and family. I sure appreciate it. I will be back next Sunday with more recipes. We'll be making homemade cranberry sauce, cranberry brie bites as an appetizer, and possibly stuffed mushrooms as an appetizer too. All right, everybody, have a fantastic Sunday. We'll see you next week. Remember, be kind. There's a lot of emotions going on right now across the U.S. It's going to be a crazy week. Please be kind. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Do what you can to make somebody else smile. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see ya. Bye.